The beautiful wall garden.
Hi, it's Robbie from Southern California. Let's hope my mic works. Half the time it doesn't. This is the next day. You've seen this one. I'm just moving these here. What I did was I collected a bunch of leaves from collards and I'm just going to throw them in. By throwing them in, I have a mix of brown and green and I don't have to break them up or anything. They're all going to break up and disappear on their own. So I'm just going to get a little bit in here and then I'll top it later. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what real briny with the soil. Now remember, I put that soil down here because it was full of roly-polies. Let's see if I see them. All gone. Nope, no roly-polies. So I can put that there. Whoa, that's heavy. And I can top those. And then today, it's starting to get hot today. I think I'm just going to do one. So I did two yesterday on the ground, and then today I'm going to grab this out. And I'll break it up and I put it in there. Look how beautiful. Oh, I kind of want to put that in a container and save that for the top because it's all just broke down. Is that not gorgeous? Oh, let me get that in before I forget. Look at this. Rich black soil, all made here. With everything I throw in there. Oh, there's a plant stake. Put in there. Let me tell you something. Container gardening works perfect for me. Now, of course, if you're gardening in a way that's working, don't ever change what is working. Let me get this over there. And I do want to scrape up some more of that soil because it's great. I should have moved the hose because it's really in the way. Hold on. I want to fix up my meadow this year. I'm going to try. I don't know. I've got all those raccoons. Because when my neighbor let them go, well, they stay. But I want to clean it up a little bit more. It's beautiful. It is the sugar cane growing in there and the pomegranates and then the moringa. Look at this. All the new pods. Should have taken them off and eaten them. Celery. There's onions, 4 o'clocks, geraniums. Everything in there. And the animals love it. Okay, a little bit more. I don't have to go over that. I can bring the cutters. Let's just get that in there. I don't have a shovel or anything. I'm just trying to rush out here every morning and get something done. I don't even know why this bucket's here. Move that. I'll do the uppers later. Oh, I can load this up too. So it's not up against the wall. Does it matter? Not really. This is old tool. Now, you know with old tool, you can put that on the bottom of pots that have giant holes, and then it won't let the soil fall out, but it will drain good. Or you throw it out and start over. Whatever way you want to go. Yeah, really. You know what? It's been there for years. I'm going to leave it just the way it is. Let me get some soil. Because I'm concerned there might be some earthworms left in here. I just didn't want 10,000 roly-polies. And they'll eat the leaves that I put in here. Now the roots, you can go ahead and leave them. They're going to all break down anyway. Oh, a chicken bone. Yep, sometimes I do put chicken in there. Now that the roots are not attached to a plant, they'll just become part of the soil and break down. As long as they're alive, they won't be eaten by microbes. Keep that in mind. You know, you think, well, why aren't the microbes eating my seedlings? They're not going to eat your seedlings because your seedlings are alive. Nature designed them that the only time nature's going to take them out, I guess it would be if there was no food at all. But the point is, it knows the difference between what is alive and what is not. And the whole idea of the microbes, I'm trying to get anything out, should go in the trash. Put that there. Is to eliminate things that are either dying or not alive. like your leaves and stuff. If they're not alive, get rid of it. Break it down. Let it start over. Make new soil. That's the way nature works. So sometimes your plants, when they start to die, get attacked by insects and stuff. Notice that healthy plants a lot of times are not attacked by insects, because the insects tend to attack usually plants that are not healthy, that nature's trying to bring it back. Let's save some of this for the next tote. So what else do I want to say about here? This is one of my favorite gardens as well. Anything that's off the ground, I don't have to deal with critters. You need to watch later. I'm going to start to set this up in a way I've never set it up before. It's going to be very different. I can move this out of the way so you can see what I'm going to do, because I'm not even sure what I'm going to do. What has worked for me has worked. But what I like doing is improving and making life easier. Let's see, which one do I want to attack today? Let's see. Got all this. This is garlic chives. I didn't collect the seeds. I've got seeds everywhere. I don't have to worry about it. These are all seed heads. It's still seeding. I might just getting rid of all the old. And I think I'm going to repot this one too. I'm just reaching in and pulling up, and any of the loose leaves will come off. Most of them. And I'll put this in here. And this all becomes my soil again. Now, of course, if you wanted to collect your garlic seeds from the garlic chives, do so. A lot of these have already seeded. Just go ahead and do it, but they only last for about a year and then they fizzle out. I've done that one and that one. Let's do the same thing here. Please, no roots. No roots. Oh, it doesn't want to come away. Oh, no. A few roots. Not as bad as the other. Not as bad. They broke away. This is going to be great. Oh, my gosh. This spring, I'm going to come out here. I can come out in a prom dress. I can start dumping things in a prom dress. I didn't even go to my prom. Come out and just start putting things in there, and I won't have to think about digging or moving. Well, I don't dig anyways, but, you know, trying to get anything prepared, because all the soil is going to be ready for me to grow in. Now, can I do this without breaking it? You know, shame on me. Shame on me. I did not water it this good. Let's see if we can lift this. 1, 2, 3, over. Yes! See the root? You saw the other ones close up. Gonna have to cut. Actually, I think I got it. That one hole got under the soil. As soon as the hole is covered with soil, the tree roots from up there can find their way in. They can't find their way in up in the air because they can't go above into the air. They dry out. They die. You know, air pruning, it won't work. But if it's covered, they can. And that one was covered. All right. Tote number 3. I haven't had breakfast. I did have a coffee quick. Now, which side looks prettier? Looks same to me. All right, so we got 3, and I need number 4. I'm keeping the greens for the tops, the sticks for the bottom. I think this is going to be good. Let's see what's over here. I got garlic chives. The tomato plant I'm going to sacrifice. I've got enough tomato plants coming up. It's a shame. It's loaded with tomatoes. But here is the issue with me. It's terrible. I look at something and go, it's alive. I can't cut it out. And then I wait. And then growing season comes. And then what happens? Then I decide I need it out. And I'm working for hours or days to get it out. I'm not doing that this year. I've got tomatoes growing like mad in the chair garden. I'm feeding it compost tea now. At least I was and thought I am. I'm going to do it today. And I'm going to take care of those. This can go in here. The whole thing. Don't cut it up. We're not planting in this till probably spring. It doesn't matter. I still could plant. I'm going to shove that down in there. And now it's out. You don't have to come out here and look. It's alive. I don't want to kill it. What am I going to get off of it? Maybe 20 cherry tomatoes, when in the meantime, I can save myself hours of work by having it done. So I need that one out. There's one more there, and one, so there's 2 more left. So which one do I want to tip? Let's see what's in here. Let's see, this morning, oh, compost tea. That's the other thing. This is how I make my compost tea, and if I want it clean, I've got videos on that. This has got holes in it. They're a little blocked from all the leaves. But this way, I can pick it up and get strained, if I want it strained. You don't have to bother. It's just an extra step that if you want to. Let me see if I can get to the bottom. I'm not going to water anything here, but happy plants. Now I've got it strained in there, but I have less water. I can move it. And that's just another way of doing it. Yes, I've got videos on that. Because some of you say, well, I want my compost tea, but I want it in a flower pot. And then all the leaves and everything get in there and they kind of block up, you know, the nozzle from your flower pot. So if you do it this way, then you can just dip into it. But this, I want it in a place that I can use it for multiple plants. For now, I'll leave it there. That's a bucket of soil. That's going to go back in there. So I can get through there. Still have to shovel this up. This is going to go back there. I already have a place for this. And this, I don't care if the holes are on the bottom. Oh, I want to change this. If I can. Wow. Boy, this is really in there tight. It's probably touching some of the holes. And what I wanted to do, is it's growing so well, it's dropped, is to give it some more. No, I'm going to end up breaking this pot before I get it out. It would be easier if I did it in a wheelbarrow instead of bending down on the ground. Wanted to give it a little more soil is what I want it to do, and I don't want to cut the pot. Oh, there's the root. The little root. I can get that out. Just this way I won't have to even deal with this, and this will keep growing. It doesn't matter. You can split these off. There's different ways of growing garlic chive. Come on, almost. I could soak it and it would come out. But I've been doing that as I go through the pots. I've been taking them out, adding in extra soil, and then I am done for a year, if not longer. Now, I may have to split this pot. Well, there's another way of doing it. I really am determined to get this out. Ta-da! I hope you can see it. All right, it's really root bound. I got tons of it growing. And what I want to do, it doesn't matter if I cut it all down and start over. Add in a couple leaves. These are just 3-colored leaves. Maybe some wood chips from the ground. And some soil. It's not so much to the ground. I could give this a haircut, but I think I'll just put it in. Ah! That was stupid. Okay, it all blew in my face. Face full of dirt. All right, so now I got it like that. It's a little broke, but I don't care. It'll all grow back. And like I said, I've got tons of this stuff everywhere. I just don't have to think about it. I know it's got enough soil now. And I can always add in a little bit more. And the earthworms will gather underneath this pot because there's collard leaves in there. And they're going to go underneath and try to feast, which also feeds my plant. I don't have to put anything in it. There's probably earthworms in this soil, but if there's not, there is in the ground. Okay, this goes back. Let's put that back there. So this is going, and I am done. Don't have to look at this for a year longer. Change it. What I want. How pretty that looks. Okay, so we got that done. Oh, you have a vase full of dirt. Now that one, what does this one have? Walking onions. Oh, this was a double system. I know what this was. This goes on top, and this has got a big hole. I could actually do that in here while it's breaking down. And this has got a big hole, and you load that up. You can go watch the videos on that with leaves and everything. And then you would put it in there. Now this is going to be full of baby walking onions. And you put this back in there. Shows I haven't eaten from this, it's so full. Now I water the onions. I do have to go through here and pick out all the babies off of this if I want. And then it will slowly water through the second pot, which is there, and then it will leach underneath. And then it will feed the entire thing. So it's kind of like, it's like a compost tea or a fertilizer that's constantly feeding. It's like the pitcher I use. It's the same thing. So it's constantly feeding that tote. So we got that out of the way. That's a good thing. Oh, I have walking onions growing on the ground. I'll leave them. This I don't need right now. I'll move that soon. I'll do that another day. Let's see if we can get this one down. Okay, no roots in this one. Oh, there was. Okay, over, easy. I'm doing eggs. Over easy. There we go. Oh, speaking of eggs, eggshells. Oh, that's going to go into another video I'm going to do, but it won't be for you gardeners. It'll be for you plant lovers. I'm going to show you this. Let me see if you can see this. This has been there for probably 2 years. It broke when I picked it up. Let's see. You see the eggshell? Eggshells don't break down. And because of that, I came up with something I've been doing for fun, and I haven't done the video on it. You'll see it. If you're into houseplants, tell me, and I'll show you what I'm doing with them. I have never seen anybody do what I'm doing. It's just a unique, fun thing. All right, we're done. I've got the floor here. Now it's a matter of cleaning up, pulling out anything I don't want, cleaning up the ground, going through here and saying, oh, I don't eat this. Load these up halfway with all these branches and stuff. This is red Swiss chard. We have Swiss chard growing everywhere here in all different ways. And clean all this up. I don't have to do this with you. You know how I do this. Today it was just a morning update on how this is coming. And I am so... Oh, this is a big one. These are baby walking onions. They are big. They're not always that big. Oh, these are beautiful. Okay, these I will plant. I'll separate these. That's a teeny baby. I have pockets on most of my shirts. Because I'll put it down, I'll forget about it, and where did I put it, or completely forget that I ever found it. But it's in my pocket. I won't forget. Okay, but, oh, they're all over the ground. I have to stop trying to save everything. Look at this. But that's why I have the pockets here. I'm going to load this up with all the brown leaves. And then I'll put some green leaves on top. Because the brown will have a little bit of water. Because the holes are a little higher up. And then the earthworms will feed through and go up and down as it dries. I mean, they need it damp. But they don't want it underwater. And then as the water drains out, if I don't water, they'll go to the bottom. But in the meantime, they'll have all the greenness. All right, so I didn't see that many roly-polies in here. Gee, that's good enough to eat. Well, we have so much. All right, so I'm going to leave those in the ground. I'm going to get my cutters and cut some of this off. And this will probably bush up in the meantime. This is Swiss chard. Let me get my cutters. Gary made that barbecue. I'm going to keep the cutters in there and things. I got to paint this. I never got to it. I made a design. I was going to paint it. I was thinking, but I never implemented the design yet. I don't want to do it in the sun or on a cooler day. Okay, wonderful plant food. Nature gave us everything we need. Everything at our fingertips. And yet we go out and we spend hundreds of dollars. Nothing's wrong with it if that's what you want to do. Look at that. Trim this all up. You know, this is so nice for now. I'm going to leave it. This is just got tomatoes growing in there. A plant. A little tiny plant. So I've got the 4. I need one more tote here. And then I have an extra one. An extra one. So where am I going to put the extra one? Red handles. I'm not sure if I'll do it there and then maybe purple or something in between. I don't have any more brown totes. Since I have so many brown totes, it's been years because I get them sometimes at the thrift store and they're like $2. I probably bought them all at the same time. So let's get, I know what I can put there. Hold on. I've got garlic chives there. For now, excuse my back, I'm going to leave this in here. So what I'm doing, I'll show you when I'm done, how I'm going to do this, is I'm putting pots in between, and then I'm going to have the totes on the chairs. The pots can be changed out at any time, and the totes on the chair, well, I won't have to worry about anything. Plus, I've got a new way to protect them. So I'm not coming out with that yet because most of us are not gardening. And I want to experiment with it and see which way works better. While I was working, the sun was beating on my camera and it shut off, but that's okay. I was pretty much done. So let's go over some tidbits that you may be able to use as I finish this wall, but it's going to take a little while. So if you want, I can continue to show you. So I haven't done any of the top ones yet. The ones that are sitting on top of the chair. I'm going to go ahead and either today or tomorrow get this put into the wheelbarrow. I'm going to grab some great soil out of there on micro lettuce in that because that is really nice, rich soil. Look at this. Is this not beautiful? Look at this. Gorgeous. So I want to grab some of that. You know, that Swiss chard might make a comeback. So you'll see me do that later. I've got a lot of thoughts on this, and I'm pretty sure I am not going to put pots in the front of these holes, at least for now, and I have a reason why. Do I talk about it now or when I get closer? You know, I'll bring it up now because I can always bring it up again later. Now, here's the thing. I've got the chair garden with the containers in the front. You know that. And in the front there, they water all the containers, all right? So that works out really good. But here, any critters like squirrels can get in there underneath the chairs and they're protected front and back. Now, by protecting them that way, they can hide a lot. Having it open, a hawk can sit up on the wire, look down and see, there's a squirrel there. He's going to come out. But if it's blocked by pots, they may not see him. So for now, I'm going to leave no pots, like there's a pot under the first one there. I'm going to leave it just the way it is. I don't mind if the occasional garlic chives or walking onions grow, But we'll see how it goes. I can always change it later. I could have one with a pot or without, we'll see. I'm gonna get the other 2 totes done. I don't know if I'll do it with you or without, but let's show you what I've done here. I went ahead and I dragged some kitchen scraps that are mucky. Look at that. It's not that good. Let me back up a little bit. So it's kind of watery, but that's okay, it's good. So what I've done in here, and this is the 2 system, where it comes out the water in here, it waters this and then waters the container. I've got leaves there. This one I covered already. See, you can see the old leaves poking out. Well, here I'm gonna put leaves, and let me show you why. I've got the holes. Well, there is a hole there, but some of these holes are really high up. And this one, if you look down, see the water? You don't want to leave water exposed for days because I'll end up with mosquitoes. So what I'm going to do here, and I'll show you, is I can grab some leaves, because all this will break down. I don't need a ton of leaves, but I can grab some leaves. It will all intermix with everything in there, because the microbes are going to start to break it down. I'll go down flat. I can put as many or as few as I want right now. Now, do I have to break them up? If you were going to grow in it right this minute, the more these plants, these old plants are broke up, the faster they break down. This will just be a little longer because they've got to penetrate and go through everything, but it doesn't matter. We're talking only what? A week or 2 longer, so I'm not worried about it. Now I see water still, right? So we're going to take the leaves. Where's the leaves? Is this it? Oh, this is it. And we're going to cover this whole thing with leaves or soil. That stops the mosquitoes. Mosquitoes don't dig. They're not going to look for the water, and they cannot get in there to lay their eggs. I'll probably put a few more leaves on the top, and I'll be good to go. In the meantime, if I put some pots on the top, it will keep my tote supple and keep it watered, and so they last longer that way. You got stuff in it, it keeps the plastic lasting longer. You leave too much airspace just to penetrate with the sun and the air, and they can crack if you left them there all year like that. So I'm going to continue to build this. Just because I put the leaves here doesn't mean I can't continue to add more leaves, and that's what I'm going to do. Going to continue to clean up, throw more leaves, and then top again, and that creates all that compost and soil, and of course I can add in soil as well. So I think this is going to be really good. You do have to watch a lot of my videos because there's a lot of things I may not bring up and I forget about it. And then I bring it up in another video like now. I don't know if I've talked about mosquitoes or not, or where did I talk about it. So you got to listen because there's things I just don't think about it. I do it automatically is what it is. I think this is coming along fantastic. I'm going to have this done so quick. If you hear any noise, they're working on the house up there 7 days a week. What is this, 8 years? So that's what's going on behind me. Hopefully you can still hear me. And I'm going to get a little bit more done, but it feels like it's going to be quite warm. I haven't had breakfast yet, so I'm going to go run and get breakfast in a second. But that's the update on this, and I think it's going to have a clean, nice look. Hopefully this spring, all this will burst into so much foliage. It will look beautiful against the wall. And I'm going to do vertical gardening on this. And when I get to that, I'll try to do it fairly soon so you can see how I'm going to do it. It's going to be so cool. For me, having this wall here, I should be able to do vertical gardening great. And you'll see me build that maybe in the next few weeks. I'll see how that goes. And it'll depend on which one I'm going to grow what in, or, well, it's going to be portable. So I can make it now and move it later. You'll see. That's another thing I'm going to do. I absolutely love it. Okay, I'm going to go in and have breakfast. This is coming along a lot quicker than I thought, and I'm so excited. I'm going to leave a lot of the bottom open, less critters, and this is furry critters we're talking about. When it comes to insects, we're going to get rid of that. Now, if I had squash bugs, I would do things even differently than I'm doing here. So if you got squash bugs and that problem, let me know in the spring or whenever, and I can show you how I would deal with them, because I would not go without growing zucchini, because zucchini is the most important thing to me. But I don't, so I'm going to just deal with the critters that come in, both furry and insects, but not squash bugs. But yet, by covering these totes, if you do it early on and you make sure your soil is clean, you would not if you had squash bugs, do this and then put this back in, because a lot of them, they harbor in the soil. They get in there and they live there all winter, and then they come out later on in the spring, and you don't want that. So you'd have to be very careful on what you're putting in. But I don't have that, at least not yet, and hopefully we won't. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, it'd be great to get a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you have an account, because I love seeing the subscribers, and on this way you can intermingle with me a little better sometimes through YouTube. But I'm so excited with this because I see great, not potential, because I've done this here before, but cleaning it up and getting it prepared a little bit better, I think this is going to be fantastic. And I think this is a dream to grow food, and not just a ton of food, and grow what you like, because I'm growing what I like. So with that, have a great day. And don't forget to eat what you grow. Bye-bye. We definitely have to get this in for a green drink. Look how red this is. Cool. This is gorgeous.